With everybody talking about making America healthy again, I thought today'd be a great day to talk to all my fellow patriots about the importance of making your homes healthy again. Well, we have proudly partnered with airwaterhealing.com and their revolutionary whole home air purification system. The V3 from Air Water Healing does 3,000 square feet of purification. It eliminates dust, mold, viruses, and odors. But here's the part I love. They require no filters to ever be changed and virtually no maintenance. Whether you suffer from asthma, allergies, seasonal bronchitis, or just want to protect your family from the flu or even greater threats, don't wait to get your V3 from airwaterhealing.com today. Use code Lindell for 20% off in savings and free shipping. That's promo code Lindell at airwaterhealing.com. Let's face it, you can't trust Big Pharma. They've already tried to block ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and raise prices on everything from antibiotics to your daily meds. Well, there's good news. All Family Pharmacy is standing up for medical freedom and helping people get the treatments they actually want. My family and I use them all the time. They made it easy and affordable without the runaround. While other pharmacies are jacking up prices, they've actually dropped theirs. Ivermectin now starts at just $2 a capsule. Use my promo code LINDELL10, you get an extra 10% off of that. You need ivermectin, antibiotics, or methylene blue, you name it, they've got it. They make it simple. You fill out a short online form, a licensed doctor reviews it, and your meds ship fast right to your front door. If you want to be prepared and have your medications on hand, this is your new pharmacy. Visit allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10 saves you even more. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10. I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Made in America sale ever. We just put huge discounts on products made right here in the USA. My Pillow bed pillows, body pillows, go anywhere pillows, bolster pillows, all made with my patented adjustable fill. Mattresses, mattress toppers, mattress pads, adjustable bed frames, mattress foundations, and so much more. All made right here in the USA. And now we're expanding our USA products beyond just quality sleep. Like the cross I wear every day, now available in both men's and women's. We even have USA-made socks. And are you tired of being tired? Try our new health beverage, Rev 7. Or how about my coffee, the greatest coffee ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get deep discounts on all these products. Plus, for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Are you taking advantage of President Trump's golden age? Well, what if I told you can just sit back and earn money as President Trump continues to repair our economy and make America energy independent again? I'm talking about oil royalty checks. With the help of the Oxford Club, thousands of Americans have unlocked this secret hack that has put money back in hard-working American pockets. Financial expert and LINDELLTV supporter Mark Lichtenfield has showed me how. It's a way to profit from America's energy production that's been working quietly for decades, even when oil companies were struggling. So go to LindellOilBoom.com to find out how this all works and why it's relevant right now. That's LindellOilBoom.com.
All right, we are back here this morning. Good to have you here with us. I'm Vanessa Broussard, and dangerous cold weather continues this morning much across the U.S. You're looking at live pictures right now from Times Square this morning. Still not a lot of people out on the roads there in the Big Apple. A few people braving the cold this morning. Don't wish that I was them. So I'm nice and warm in the studio, but I'm sure a lot of people are having to go to work and their everyday morning commute. But again, live pictures courtesy of EarthCam there in Times Square. The snow still stuck around for the Big Apple, as you can see right there. This is pictures from New York City. This is of Cityscape NC posted this picture. New York City, whiteout conditions covered in snow and ice. A view from above. A frozen snapshot of the reality millions are dealing with today. Then this is from Tennessee, one of the hardest hit states in the region, right there in Tennessee. The people there are without power. Frozen power lines. I have a friend there in Tennessee who says he's out of town and he's watching security cameras and talking to neighbors from wherever he is, and he says it's not looking good. Cold weather response efforts are expanding, including warming centers, shelter support, especially for people without power or heat. So if you have to go outside today, dress warmly, avoid travel if possible. And also the National Guard, they posted pictures of them helping stranded motorists from all over the country. You can see here the pictures they've been posting. This has been a big problem of travelers having to commute and getting stuck in the snow. And so we thank the National Guard for being out there helping Americans this week as we brace for this winter storm and try to thaw out all across the country. With more on the latest weather conditions, let's go to meteorologist Dana Melanson in the Weather Center.
Thanks a lot, Vanessa. I guess this would be, in summary, the cleanup, or day 2 of the cleanup after the massive winter storm just encapsulated the entire continental U.S. Not a lot going on today, but the cleanup efforts and then the intense cold that continues to grip most of southeast Texas has its play not only on the population, more than half of the population, but infrastructure, power, utilities, everything coming into play. Again, not a lot going on now. We've got another system that's going to be pushing in, not near as potent, obviously, pushing into the Pacific Northwest now. And then another storm that's going to be bringing in a little bit more snowfall, the possibility of some showers along the eastern seaboard later on this week. Right now, again, lake effect snow, most of this typical, but falling on top of already ravaged areas where we'll show you here in just a little bit that the snow totals accumulated on top of these spots are just incredible. We're going to be even seeing some extremely frigid conditions today get all the way down to Florida, which has sort of dodged a bullet up until today. High pressure, again, still the norm over most of the lower 2/3 of the southeastern continental U.S. and across the Intermountain West as well. But watching a couple of boundaries that'll push through, giving them instability around the Great Lakes, New England. Snow accumulation in those spots are going to be, again, causing the cleanup efforts to be extremely difficult. Let's take a look at it, the additional snow. I mean, it's not much, but when you're talking about areas that have already received, feet of snow, just don't want to see these. Another, close to 5 inches in Utica, a little over a half an inch in New York. Washington seeing some additional totals. Indianapolis, Chicago, Minneapolis, most of those areas in New England just already really affected by the storm that went through, and are going to continue to see more of that deposit, at least for today. And then the intense cold across all of the U.S. Take a look at these totals. These are temperatures as of right now. Rapid City's at 7. Minot, North Dakota, they're 4 below zero. 3 in Minneapolis. Louisville, 11. Memphis, 18. Wichita, Kansas is at 4 degrees. We mentioned Minneapolis at 3. Look at this, Vanessa. Only getting up to today, the high in Minneapolis expected to be 8 degrees. More snow for Chicago, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and they'll all be in the teens as they progress through the course of the day today. Vanessa?
No, thank you. And look at this video. The U.S. Coast Guard rushing to rescue a stranded cruise ship. This is in the Arctic Ocean. The luxury ship became trapped, and all of that ice, they were able to guide it back to safety. No injuries reported there. But again, this was in the Arctic Ocean. Now to the latest in Minnesota. Still chaos there in the streets of Minneapolis, and there's a back and forth going on between the state government and the federal government. Well, yesterday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she held a press conference detailing, it's lengthy, but we're going to play it for you in its entirety. What's going on in Minnesota? Take a listen.
I would also like to address the chaotic scenes in Minnesota over the weekend. Nobody in the White House, including President Trump, wants to see people getting hurt or killed in America's streets. This includes Renee Good, Alex Preddy, the brave men and women of federal law enforcement, and the many Americans who have been victimized at the hands of illegal alien criminals. Saturday's shooting remains under active investigation by Homeland Security Investigations and the FBI. The Customs and Border Protection is also conducting their own internal review. As President Trump said yesterday, the administration is reviewing everything with respect to the shooting, and we will let that investigation play out. But let's be clear about the circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks, Governor Walz and the Mayor Jacob Frey and other elected Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our streets: murderers, rapists, pedophiles, human traffickers, and gang members. Governor Walz and Mayor Frey have shamefully blocked local and state police from cooperating with ICE, actively inhibiting efforts to arrest violent criminals. They have also used their platforms to encourage left-wing agitators to stalk, record, confront, and obstruct federal officers who are just trying to lawfully perform their duties, which has created dangerous situations threatening both these officers and the general public and Minnesotans alike. This is precisely what unfolded in Minneapolis on Saturday morning. Obstructing federal law enforcement and inciting violence against officers is wrong and illegal. This used to be a universally accepted position in the United States. Amid the hysteria, we must remember how we got here to this moment today and what this Democrat opposition is about. Former President Joe Biden and the Democrats opened America's borders for 4 years, inviting tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to flood into our country. Among them, violent criminals who terrorized American communities and have inflicted devastating, permanent pain and harm on law-abiding Americans and their families. Yet we never saw outrage from Democrats or their allies in the liberal media over these horrifying crimes against U.S. citizens. The pain of American angel families was ignored and dismissed because it undermined the Democrat narrative. Innocent Americans like Jocelyn Nungray, Laken Riley, and Rachel Morin are just a few of the many victims savagely murdered by illegal alien criminals. Earlier this month, an illegal alien from Mexico with a long criminal history who came into our country under Joe Biden's administration threw a baseball-sized stone at a school bus carrying children in New Jersey and fractured the skull of an 8-year-old innocent child. President Trump promised accountability to these American families by securing the border, deporting every illegal alien who has committed crimes, especially and most importantly, violent crimes. Nearly 80 million Americans voted for him to deliver on that very promise, and he is. As the duly elected president, the president is fulfilling the will of the people by arresting and removing these threats from our country in cities from Los Angeles to New York and, yes, Minneapolis. Yet Democrat leaders in Minnesota with sanctuary city policies have actively defied federal immigration law and the will of the people. And as a result of that defiance, 2 Minnesotans have now tragically lost their lives on the streets of Tim Walz's state. It is President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end today.
Let's bring in Gregory Lyakov now. Gregory is a nationally syndicated columnist. Welcome to the show, Gregory. Good to have you here with us. A lot going on in Minnesota, mayhem in the streets, and if anyone can handle the situation, it's Tom Homan. He is there, and if there's one person I would not mess with, Gregory, it's Tom Homan. What's your take?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. But at the end of the day, this all would have not happened if, these leftists, radical leftists would not have demonized ICE from the first place. The killing of Renee Good, the killing of Alex Purdy, none of that would have happened if ICE wasn't demonized. And that is the real issue. And we can't stop them from doing that. Tom Homan can't stop that. Stop them from doing that. It's not only a Minneapolis problem, it's a Democrat Party problem. And that's what we need to understand.
Absolutely right. There is so much hate in their heart. You can see it in the street. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in their actions. They go out there and they are demonized. They are just angry. They're mad. And for what? You live in the best country in the world, and they're still just so mad at everything. And when you look, Gregory, at these sanctuary cities, these Democrat-run cities, they're wanting free everything. Well, that's not the American way. Whatever happened to the American dream where you work hard and you get rewarded for it? Now, if you work hard, you're taxed for it, and you have to work harder to make ends meet. But these Democrats, they just want freebies left and right. And so, when they have these criminals coming into our streets, the open borders from the Biden administration, we have the worst of the worst from all over the world in our country, on our home turf. And so they want them here as neighbors. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, look, regardless of what they want, regardless of whether they actually want to harbor these illegal immigrants or not, the American people have voted for consistent immigration law. Since 1870, where immigration law was established in our country, the American people voted that if you're an illegal immigrant, you are deported in our country, regardless of any other fact. If you're illegal, you're deported. And that's what the American people want. It's not anything new. Donald Trump is just the first president to actually enforce the will of the American people. Every president before him decided to take feeling over fact. And that was the main issue with them. Look, the American people, if they want to vote in Congress, if they want to protest Congress, that is one thing. If they want to protest Congress to create new immigration law, that is a totally different discussion. But they're not protesting Congress. They're protesting ICE, the men and women who are risking their lives every single day to enforce the law the American people voted for.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's really sad to see, because these are true heroes who are here to protect the homeland. They leave their homes and their families every day, Gregory, and they come into contact with the worst of the worst. And so, it's hard for them to get out and go to work every day knowing that they're going to possibly be attacked. I want to show this video. This is actually trending this morning, to have a little fun with it. The protesters showed up in the overnight hours last night at a hotel where some of these ICE agents are staying. They're just sitting there drinking a beer, watching the chaos in the streets, unbothered by the madness going on. But on the flip side, this is how insane they are. Look, I don't like cold weather. And so when you start getting below freezing, I'm inside. I am inside my house with my slippers on, heater on. These are sub-zero temperatures. These people are standing in freezing, icy, snowy conditions for hours on end. That's how deranged they are. They're so mad. I guess their body heat from all their hatred is keeping them warm, but they're here destroying property, taunting ICE agents who are off duty, as we saw just there. Look at this agent right here. He got into some sort of scuffle, has blood all over his hands. Gregory, we saw it this week where one ICE agent had his finger chewed off. I mean, these people are truly sickening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, you got to give it to them, though. They are spending hours in Minnesota and really across the United States standing out in the cold and wasting their time. Either they don't have a job and they don't have anything else to do, or they actually enjoy standing in that, cold, frigid temperatures. And it's one way to spend the time, especially with this weather that we're getting. But the ICE agents that are dealing with this, the ICE agents that have to face this demonization, have to face an 8,000% level of increase in the amount of threats they get against them, and a 1,000% increase in the amount of violent attacks that they get against them. Those ICE agents are the ones that are really brave, and the ones that we should all be, clapping for, because they need our support right now as the American people. We cannot have a country where law enforcement is demonized, because that is how law enforcement doesn't become law enforcement anymore. We can't have a similar situation to as we had in 2020, where law enforcement was actually scared to perform their jobs because they were scared of the public backlash. We can't have that. We have to make sure that ICE is comfortable doing their job. We support ICE, we back ICE, regardless of our stance on immigration, because again, ICE is not the people making those immigration laws. They're only the people that are enforcing them.
You're absolutely right. And we stand behind ICE. And if you look back at the electoral map from 2024, you see that the American people are in the majority when we wanted closed borders and a safer homeland. Let's switch gears here and talk about the corruption in Minnesota. You're young, one of the youngest, if not the youngest syndicated columnist in America. And we welcome you to LINDELLTV, your first time being here with us. And of course, we hope you'll come back and see us often, Gregory. But tell me about how you feel about Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley is an independent journalist. He went out, and he's younger. He went out and he uncovered all of this corruption in the state. And it's been like a domino effect, because now we're starting to see reports of this happening in other states as well, like California. So this is a change in time. And you see this because of what you do in your line of work, the independent journalism that's really taking off. And that's what people are starting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. That is exactly what people are starting to watch. And there's a very clear reason for that, because independent journalism is not politically motivated. It's not motivated by money. All they're doing is actually shining light on conversations that the people should see. And that's exactly what Nick Shirley did in this case. That's why, I respect and admire Nick Shirley so much, because he brought light to a conversation that no one was having. And look, this Somali fraud was stretching years on end. And Nick Shirley was the one who actually brought it to the public light. That's the issue here. We have so many of these scandals that go under the covers that no one knows about. For example, California right now. In California, we have 1 in 3 people that are applying to the community college programs in California. They are fake applicants, 1 in 3 people, but no one knows that. And this is how much fraud is being swept under the rug, how many people don't actually know about the extent of fraud in our country. And it's deeply concerning, because people are voting off this narrative that, these politicians are actually fixing the system, fixing the fraud system, and minimizing the fraud. But that is anything but true.
I'm pulling up right now as we talk, Benny Johnson, who's an independent journalist as well, very well known in the conservative movement. Benny Johnson just yesterday posted a undercover report that he did, Gregory, where he said that Ilhan Omar made millions from a 100% fake winery. So according to his report that she filed for a business that is a winery, has claimed that it's made millions, but according to Benny Johnson, there is no such winery. And so you have, and this is in California, so you have all of this fraud going on, and it's, again, being uncovered by independent journalists. You don't see this going on and being reported on the mainstream media, where they have all of these resources. They have reporters, they have anchors, they have producers, they have writers, they have just billions of dollars tapped into mainstream media across the country, and silence. And it's the independent journalists on little to no budgets who are going out there with a cell phone and uncovering all of this corruption.
Yeah, it's what our world has turned into. I mean, mainstream media is just non-existent anymore, or should be non-existent, because they are not the ones that are actually launching the investigations. They're not the ones with boots on the ground investigations on stories that have not been reported. Only independent investigators are. And regardless of those independent investigators' political affiliations, whether they're left-leaning, right-leaning, that is not what matters. What matters is that they're uncovering stories that the American people should know about, that these media companies have purposefully decided to ignore. And that's the truth. That's the truth. when we have media companies that are so scared of whether they're being sued or so scared to not align with one singular political affiliation, then we're going to have a system where those media companies don't turn into media companies, but they're more reality TV shows. And that's really what happens with mainstream media now.
Yes, people are turning away, and you're absolutely right. Hit the nail right on the head. Gregory, how can people follow you? I know you're on X. I want people to follow your work. You do such a great job. So tell us how people can get in contact with you and follow what you do.
Yeah, sure. So you can just search me up, Gregory Lykov, on Google, and you'll find all of my work there. Or you could follow me on X and my Instagram, where I'm both active. Those are my main platforms, as well as my podcast, which I just recently have launched, Brief America with Gregory Lykov. So it would be wonderful if you guys could follow me there.
All right, Gregory Lykov, so good to have you on the show. Come back and see us soon.
Thank you so much.
Well, tax season has officially begun. We're all going to be filing our taxes soon. And this year we're getting a break thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill.
On July 4th, 2025, President Trump signed into law the largest tax cut in American history.
The Working Families Tax Cuts,
also known as the One Big Beautiful Bill.
It puts more money directly into the pockets of hardworking Americans.
Because of this law, families,
Farmers, workers,
and seniors
Across the country,
in Florida, in Indiana,
in Kansas, in North Carolina,
in Ohio,
in Utah,
in West Virginia,
will see bigger paychecks and higher tax refunds starting this year.
here are some of the top changes in the law and how they benefit you.
No tax on tips.
No tax on overtime.
No tax on Social Security.
No tax on auto loan interest.
Enhanced standard deduction.
Expanded 529 accounts.
enhanced child tax credit,
Trump investment accounts.
Enhanced death tax relief.
SALT relief,
And cementing small business deductions.
Last year, Republicans delivered the largest tax cuts in American history.
This year, Americans will see the largest refund season
in their lifetimes.
In their lifetimes.
In their lifetimes.
Economist Steve Beeman here with us now. Steve, good to see you. Thanks for joining the show this morning. What can we expect this tax season?
Well, it's always nice to be on with you. And again, we're excited because we did sustain those tax reductions that were continued in the big, beautiful bill. I think we have to look at one of the options. Scott Bessent talking about a booming 26, which will make tax season not quite as painful. I don't think too many Americans like paying their taxes in, but we have to do it to keep it all running. I think the big questions this tax season are going to go to fraud. How much of my tax dollars actually get used for productive purposes versus how much of my tax dollars are used for pure out and out fraud. And I think Americans will be thinking about that big as they go through the season.
Yeah, we hear a lot about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, reduced tax burden for the working Americans out there, more take-home pay. So, as Americans start getting in their forms and turning those in, there's a little extra hope this year.
There is, although I will say that the no tax on tips and the no tax on Social Security aren't quite as good as they're advertised. There are some constraints on those so that it's not just no tips get taxed. There are some income requirements to it and some other things. So I don't think it's quite as good as people think, but it is a help. And the economy operates at the margin always. So a marginal increase in spendable income leads to an increase in the GDP, and that's what we're looking for.
Yes, and I want to actually look at this post that the White House put out on the average refund that people can expect this year. Taking a look at the numbers, they posted this just yesterday. The average tax refunds by tax year, including 2025 estimate, you're looking at 2023, 2024, 2025, and that's a big boost from prior years. What's your take?
It is a big boost. And the reason for that is most people didn't change their deductions and change their withholdings, so they were assuming the tax increase would come through. So it did force a little extra savings on Americans, and that's going to be a boost when those checks come back. But let's remember, that's our money to begin with. We loan it interest-free to the government when we overwithhold our paychecks. But I think it'll be a little bit of a boom as we enter tax season, and hopefully Scott and his team is right at the Treasury Department, and we'll see a booming 26 with it.
Yeah, I hope you're right. Let's talk about gold and silver right now. I see a lot of chatter about that online. What can you tell us with gold and silver prices?
Well, let's look at gold specifically because I think you've seen such a run up in it. It is a fear asset, right? People go to gold when they don't trust currencies, when they don't trust political stability. Gold, let's always remember, is not going to make you money. It is going to keep you whole with inflation. An ounce of gold in 1910 would buy you a custom-made man's suit. An ounce of gold today will buy you a custom-made man's suit. So you've held your own, but you haven't made money. But I think people go to gold mostly when they see political instability and currency instability. They're worried about our debts and deficits. They're worried about the constant borrowing of the United States. They're worried about whether we can hold on to the reserve currency status with Russia, China, and the BRICS countries coming into light. And so I think that's what's driving that demand.
Right. And so, I'm seeing some experts weighing in. People are starting to ask online, and I just read through the chats as I'm scrolling the internet, and they're saying to hold on to it. Someone asked yesterday, should they sell their silver? And they were told, no, sit on this. What's your advice?
I would think you have to look at any investment in a commodity like that as a long-term investment. You're not buying it unless you're a professional trader, which most people aren't. You're buying it to hedge your portfolio against inflation and against instability. And I think for both of those, people should hold those for long-term. They're very suitable for a long-term investment. And, it'll, again, as opposed to putting your money in a 1% savings account of, gold and silver will keep up with inflation more so. So it's not a bad investment by any stretch, but it's certainly not the end-all be-all.
Good advice there. Let's talk about your website, how people can follow you, and if they want to reach out to you, where can they go?
You're very kind. You can go to stevebeeman.com. We are launching a new initiative for the independent business person called BIG, or the Beeman Intelligence Group. And this is a community of independent businesses, which we want to help them thrive and prosper in this new coming digital age.
All right. So go to the website, learn more. And if you want to contact him, you have a book out, don't you?
Several. You can go to Amazon. I wrote The Metaverse in Business. I wrote The Coming Digital Age, The Sales Warrior, and The American Dream Under Fire. And they're all available up on Amazon. So thank you.
All right. Sounds good. Yes. All right. Well, good to have you on the show today. Thanks so much for your advice as we start filing our taxes. Fun time of the year. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And when we come back, more from Silk as the movie Pardon Me is released. If you missed the interview here on Friday, we have an update for you next.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Made in America sale ever. We just put huge discounts on products made right here in the USA. MyPillow bed pillows, body pillows, go anywhere pillows, bolster pillows, all made with my patented adjustable fill. Mattresses, mattress toppers, mattress pads, adjustable bed frames, mattress foundations, and so much more. All made right here in the USA. And now we're expanding our USA products beyond just quality sleep. Like the cross I wear every day, now available in both men's and women's. We even have USA-made socks. And are you tired of being tired? Try our new health beverage, Rev 7. Or how about my coffee, the greatest coffee ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get deep discounts on all these products. Plus, for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Are you taking advantage of President Trump's golden age? Or what if I told you can just sit back and earn money as President Trump continues to repair our economy and make America energy independent again? I'm talking about oil royalty checks. With the help of the Oxford Club, thousands of Americans have unlocked this secret hack that has put money back in hard-working American pockets. Financial expert and LINDELLTV supporter Mark Litchenfield has showed me how. It's a way to profit from America's energy production that's been working quietly for decades, even when oil companies were struggling. So go to LINDELLOILBOOM.com to find out how this all works and why it's relevant right now. That's LINDELLOILBOOM.com.
America's founders warned that without knowledge and virtue, no nation can remain free. Yet through the steady infiltration of Marxist ideology, we have been stripped of both, and we are no longer a moral and educated people. To save America, we must spark nothing less than a national renaissance. That's why you need Freedom Talk Magazine, the journal of truth and virtue. We cultivate enlightened thinking and principled living, offering unique insights into the issues and remarkable people defining our world. Sign up today for your free subscription to Freedom Talk Magazine and join the new American Renaissance.
All right, now you're looking at live pictures from Washington, D.C. this morning. Good morning to everyone in the nation's capital. You can see snow still covering the ground there. A beautiful look at the White House this morning and the Washington Monument. President Trump will be leaving the White House soon to make his way to Iowa, where he will be giving a speech at 3 p.m. Central Time. We'll be airing that speech right here on LINDELLTV. But again, the president inside the White House this morning, but he will be leaving soon to give that speech in Iowa. The movie Pardon Me, it's a real-life story about a woman named Beverly Williams. She was thrown in jail by the Biden administration for being a pro-life activist. Well, President Trump pardoned her. And now there's a movie about her life. Last week, we were there for the premiere talking to Silk, who you know. She has a show here on LINDELLTV. And today, our Kara Castronova caught up with her after the screening.
Hey everybody, Kara with LINDELLTV here with the beautiful Silk, and we just watched Pardon Me, a movie that she produced and is responsible for, and it was amazing. It was better than I could have imagined. Wow. It was a tearjerker. It was funny at the same time. It's based on a true story. It is a true story. It's a total true story. It's a biopic about Beverly Beatty Williams, who is the pro-life activist that was targeted by the Biden regime, pardoned by President Trump, and she's played by Black China, Angela White, who had a baby with the Kardashians. So this is like a real A-lister here playing Bevelin. So it's great to see actors and actresses really sort of supporting this film. But tell me more about the film and why it's so important to you.
Well, the film, once again, is based on a true story of Beverly B. Williams. She was sentenced to 41 months in prison during the Biden regime. And President Donald J. Trump found passion in his heart to pardon her and many more other individuals that was locked up for what? Praying in front of an abortion clinic, praying for life?
Next, we have a set of pardons for peaceful pro-life protesters who were prosecuted by the Biden administration for exercising their First Amendment rights.
Do you know how many?
I believe it's 23, sir.
23 people were prosecuted. They should not have been prosecuted. Many of them are elderly people. They should not have been prosecuted. This is a great honor to sign this.
It's really, it's truly crazy. But the movie, I love the way that the movie depicts what actually happened. A lot of times, you know, things are just one-sided. We only get it from one way or one side, or they take and twist the narrative. But what I love about this particular movie and being a part of this movie is that we got to tell you all the truth about what happened. A lot of the stuff in the movie is it's coming from an actual transcript. So when you see certain things, that actually happened. Those words was actually said. So I love what somebody said, that you're kind of taking another direction in life. Yeah, I guess if that's what God wants. But at the end of the day, being able to tell true stories, the truth about the stories, especially people that's been railroaded. There's so many people in our country that's been railroaded, Kara, that they don't get the opportunity to tell their story. But if God can allow me the opportunity to be the executive producer and whatever else he needs for me to be to get these stories out there, then so be it. Here I am, God. Send me.
I think that you should win an award for this movie. It was really that good. How could we get people to, all right, first of all, tell people where they could watch it. Where could people watching this clip right now watch the movie?
You can watch the movie at watchpardonme.com. Go to watchpardonme.com. If you are a distributor or an individual that takes and get the movies into the theaters and so forth, you can send a message to me at info@watchpardonme.com. And then just let me just also just say that, you know, a lot of major theaters did not want this movie in their theaters. They denied us for being in the theaters. But, you know, God has other means for people to see this movie. So watchpardonme.com is the means for right now.
I think President Trump would love this movie. I think that there should be a screening at Mar-a-Lago. Personally, this really is a great movie. Do you think that, well, I'm not going to, I think that President Trump should invite you, Bevelyn, and Angela White, Blac Chyna, to the Oval Office and commend you for this amazing film, really just documenting a very scary time in history where pro-life activists and people that were exercising their free speech were literally politically persecuted in such a scary way. It's unbelievable what they did to these women and to these men that were just sticking up for the unborn.
Yeah, like you said, a scary time in history, but President Trump came through and saved the day. And I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so grateful for God for being a God of second chances, giving people a second opportunity at life. But there's so much more work that have to be done that we got to do, because a lot of people are, even though they're getting pardoned and so forth, they're trying to enter back into society and be a part of society, but there's so much red tape that's in a lot of people's way that's blocking them and not allowing them to be a part. So just, you know, how do we allow and help people become a part of society once they either done the time, after doing the crime, how do they get back into society? Or if they've been pardoned because of wrongdoing, just like what they did here with Miss Bevelyn B. Williams, okay? It's about getting her life back. She needs retributions. She needs to get paid for being locked up, you know, under false pretenses. The way that they're railroading our justice system needs to be overhauled. The way that they're railroading individuals because they don't like your speech or don't like who you are or who you choose to support politically, you know, all of that stuff needs to stop. Them being able to change the laws in order to put a crime against you or to create a crime or go in search of a crime, that stuff needs to be, it needs to stop. And I would love to do a movie on that, just that right there, you know, just to show how people are railroaded. So if President, I love you, President Donald J. Trump, if you would love to see this movie there at Mar-a-Lago, you know how to hook me, you know.
He knows how to get in touch with Silk. He loves you, Silk. I've seen him sing your praises many times for obvious reasons, because you're an amazing patriot, you're an amazing woman, and you have a heart of gold, and you're beautiful inside and out. So thank you so much. And everybody, always watch Silk's show. Where could they? On Lindell TV at 10 p.m.?
Most definitely. That's the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show, Mondays through Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, right here on LINDELLTV.com.
Thank you, Silk. Thank you so much.
When I was 21 years old, a woman told me, you need to surrender your life to Christ because there's nothing left but death for me. We're out here raising funds for the girls, and this is just not for food and shelter, but this is also, too, for education, leadership. I can give you this money, but really what matters is if these girls have Jesus in their heart. Jesus matters.
The governor of New York has announced the passage of new legislation allowing abortion up to the 9th month of pregnancy.
Let's do something about this. You know what? Let's do something about it. We at it again. We at it again. Let's go. Oh, so stop and leave. That's what you gonna do? Yo, these kids came out for one thing and one thing only. And that's to destroy.
Wow, Bevelyn. Your life, even up to this point, is incredible.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes?
Agent Teresa Wheeler, FBI.
The bail for both defendants is set at $30,000 each. Additionally, neither of you may leave the Southern District of Tennessee or the Southern District of New York without prior permission from this court.
What if the fair choice? And this is not about justice. This is about shutting y'all down.
Yelling at the women, calling them
murderers and baby killers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite the ride.
23 people were prosecuted.
Trial date is set for February 12th. I'll see you then, back in my court.
God bless Miss Williams and President Trump for pardoning her and the others who were wrongfully convicted under the Biden administration. You can watch Pardon Me on pardonme.com. View the movie there. Again, that's watchpardonme.com. More to come here this morning. A criminal illegal alien targets a school bus. He's now in custody. This is his mugshot. We'll tell you the full story when we come back.
With everybody talking about making America healthy again, I thought today'd be a great day to talk to all my fellow patriots about the importance of making your homes healthy again. Well, we have proudly partnered with airwaterhealing.com and their revolutionary whole home air purification system. The V3 from Air Water Healing does 3,000 square feet of purification. It eliminates dust, mold, viruses, and odors. But here's the part I love. They require no filters to ever be changed and virtually no maintenance. Whether you suffer from asthma, allergies, seasonal bronchitis, or just want to protect your family from the flu or even greater threats, don't wait to get your V3 from airwaterhealing.com today. Use code Lindell for 20% off in savings and free shipping. That's promo code Lindell at airwaterhealing.com. Let's face it, you can't trust Big Pharma. They've already tried to block ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and raise prices on everything from antibiotics to your daily meds. Well, there's good news. All Family Pharmacy is standing up for medical freedom and helping people get the treatments they actually want. My family and I use them all the time. They made it easy and affordable without the runaround. While other pharmacies are jacking up prices, they've actually dropped theirs. Ivermectin now starts at just $2 a capsule. Use my promo code Lindell10, you get an extra 10% off of that. You need ivermectin, antibiotics, or methylene blue, you name it, they've got it. They make it simple. You fill out a short online form, a licensed doctor reviews it, and your meds ship fast right to your front door. If you want to be prepared and have your medications on hand, this is your new pharmacy. Visit allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10 saves you even more. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
Heading over to Wall Street this morning, opening bell just moments ago. You can see the markets are mixed this morning. U.S. stocks opening mixed as investors digest a wave of corporate earnings and brace for the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision later this week. So be on the lookout for that. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ are showing some modest gains, while the Dow Jones has slipped lower this morning. So we'll continue to see if the Dow will bounce back. But those are live numbers right there. Don't forget, tomorrow, Melania Trump will be ringing in the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, ringing in the opening bell. We'll have coverage on that right here on My Mornings with Vanessa. Excited to see Melania on Wall Street. Looking at your news to go now as you start your day, President Trump has endorsed Navy SEAL Captain Ed Galrine for Kentucky's 4th District. This is the seat currently being held by Congressman Thomas Massie. President Trump saying this on Truth Social. That's a long post right there, so we'll make it short for you. He said this: Massie, he only votes against the Republican Party, making life very easy for the radical left. Unlike lightweight Congressman Massie, a true hater of Israel and a totally ineffective loser, he calls him, who has failed us so badly. Third-rate Congressman Thomas Massie, a weak and pathetic rhino from the beautiful Commonwealth of Kentucky. The president goes on to say Captain Ed Galrine is a winner who will not let Kentucky down. That's from President Trump endorsing Massie's challenger. Also in your news to go today, a criminal illegal alien has been arrested for targeting a school bus full of children. That's him. The feds have nabbed Hernando Garcia Morales, an illegal from Mexico. Authorities say he threw a baseball-sized rock into a New Jersey school bus. That rock fractured the skull of an 8-year-old student. ICE has lodged an arrest detainer against Morales. DHS says they hope New Jersey's sanctuary politicians will help keep him off the American streets for good. And finally, Gaza has released the last remaining hostage. Take a listen.
On one more foreign policy point, I will point out, as you all saw, the last remaining body of the hostages, Israeli hostages in Gaza, has been returned. This is a huge foreign policy feat for the President of the United States, for the State of Israel, and frankly for the whole world. The President made the impossible possible, and so it's great news for the President, for the United States, for our allies, and also for peace in the Middle East. And I understand that more than 20 new additional countries have also signed up to join the newly established Board of Peace with respect to the rebuilding of Gaza, which is another historic accomplishment for this president.
President Trump has given credit to the last hostage being released. This was all part, as Caroline Levitt just mentioned, part of his peace plan for all living and deceased hostages to come home so families can have closure. Great news there. And for all your news of the day, make sure you're getting your headlines on LINDELLTV.com. You can go there 24/7 for updated articles. LINDELLTV.com. Make sure you're following us and have that set on your computer. Make sure you are here with us tomorrow. Joining us tomorrow here on My Mornings with Vanessa, none other than Dr. Ben Carson. He will be joining the show. Just talked to his people this morning, and he's excited to be here, and we're excited to have him. Dr. Ben Carson will be joining us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern right here on Lindell TV. You can watch on LINDELLTV.com, Roku, Vocal, X, YouTube, you name it. We're pretty much everywhere on all the platforms. Dr. Ben Carson, don't miss that interview tomorrow morning right here. Can't wait to see him. And of course, we leave you today in prayer. Our Bible verse of the day comes from the book of Proverbs. The Bible says this: a wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. And that'll do it for us here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow for Breaking News 24/7. Make sure you're following me on social media. Have a good day, America.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Made in America sale ever. We just put huge discounts on products made right here in the USA. MyPillow bed pillows, body pillows, go anywhere pillows, bolster pillows, all made with my patented adjustable fill. Mattresses, mattress toppers, mattress pads, adjustable bed frames, mattress foundations, and so much more. all made right here in the USA. And now we're expanding our USA products beyond just quality sleep. Like the cross I wear every day, now available in both men's and women's. We even have USA-made socks. And are you tired of being tired? Try our new health beverage, Rev 7. Or how about my coffee, the greatest coffee ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get deep discounts on all these products. Plus, for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free. Are you taking advantage of President Trump's golden age? Well, what if I told you can just sit back and earn money as President Trump continues to repair our economy and make America energy independent again? I'm talking about oil royalty checks. With the help of the Oxford Club, thousands of Americans have unlocked this secret hack that has put money back in hard-working American pockets. Financial expert and LINDELLTV supporter Mark Lichtenfield has showed me how. It's a way to profit from America's energy production that's been working quietly for decades, even when oil companies were struggling. So go to LindellOilBoom.com to find out how this all works and why it's relevant right now. That's Lindell Oil